I just purchased this Samsung, it was a WA50R5200A washing machine. I'm ready to do the third load of wash since I purchased this. Really not all that happy with this machine. When you first purchase it, you're supposed to do a calibration, which I've done. And this machine is supposed to automatically weigh your laundry and determine how much water will be needed for the wash cycle. You cannot manually adjust the water level. So I found that the first load I did, there was barely enough water in the tub to cover the laundry. So a lot of soap was left on the clothing, a lot of soap scum. So I had to wash them again and rinse them again. And then the second load, I decided to push this button that says deep fill. So that gives you more water. Except that it's still not weighing the amount of laundry properly to determine the water level itself. So the booklet recommended doing a second calibration, which I just did. Now I'm going to try this load of sheets and see, I don't know, whether to do the deep fill again or what. But I guess I will try that. But then I'm using more water than I'm supposed to use. And what's the point? This machine's supposed to be saving me money. All right, I'm going to start the water fill. I'm going to pause this, start the water fill. All right, so I did all my settings. Doing a, oops, sorry about that shadow. Warm water. I've set it for 3 rinses because 1 rinse is just not enough. The clothes are still soapy. I put it on high for spin, and that last setting is medium soil. And I did push the deep fill. You can see the light is blinking next to the deep fill setting. So this is now going to take almost 2 hours to wash. I will say I just replaced a 26-year-old Whirlpool agitator washer with this. And I honestly wish I had that old washing machine back. It was so easy to use. I could adjust the water levels myself. It rinsed fine until its dying day. So we'll see how this goes. I'll start this up again when the water starts to fill, and we'll look at the water level. All right, so it's starting to fill. And I did already put my detergent into the detergent drawer. And I do fill it lower than the max line. Now I'm thinking that because I did the deep fill, I should have plenty of water in here to cover these sheets. And for whatever reason, the timing was on 1 hour and 50 minutes. Now it's dropped down to 1 hour 38. I purchased this through Lowe's and actually looked into returning it, but because I had it more than 48 hours before I decided that I didn't like it, I can't return it, so I'm stuck with it. And at the moment, I can't come up with one thing that I actually like about this machine. And another thing, if you are 5'2" or shorter, you will never be able to reach the back of the tub to pull out small items. This tub is very deep, as I've noticed with all the new washers. They all have very deep tubs. And if you do purchase this, or actually any machine, something else to watch out for is the hose that they gave me that can't, to go into the laundry tub. I mean, this might work if you were going into a drain pipe, but this hose is so flimsy, I couldn't get it to stay over the laundry tub. So that support thing that I have on there, fortunately, I had an extra drain hose in my stockpile of stuff, and it had that support on it, so I pulled it off of that hose and put it on this one. That helped. It was still so flimsy that when it was rinsing, the hose was like jumping up off the edge of the tub. So I drilled 2 holes in the tub and ran a cable tie through it to hold it down. That seems to be working, but something else to watch out for. I don't know if all new machines have these really flimsy drain hoses or what. I thought about going to look for a new one, but then I looked at the back of the machine and I can't figure out how the hose is attached to the machine. There's no hose clamp. I don't feel one. I don't see one. What I do see is like a piece of air conditioning filter material wrapped around the end of the hose, and it seems to be just pushed into the outlet. Okay, so now I pushed the deep fill. I'm not sure what this is doing, but this sure isn't filled very much. And it's not covering the laundry, so this is what has me concerned. Now, whether it's going to put more water in, I don't know. And I kind of doubt that it will at this point. Oh, I know what I did with the second load of laundry that I did. I did towels. And so to ensure that they were heavy enough to actually weigh, I did a rinse and spin first and then set the cycle. This way they were wet and a little heavy when it started to fill. But I also did a deep fill with them, and a lot more water was in the tub. So these sheets were dry. I didn't wet them down, so they weren't heavy. And this seriously is a huge disappointment. In my opinion, this isn't enough water to run a load of wash. Okay, so that's it. That's the second calibration. Really did nothing to affect the water level. And I am very unhappy with this machine.